Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam back here again with another video for you guys. And today we're going to be doing a computer build around $1,000 to $1,200. And I'm not actually going to be building this, guys. This is just going to be kind of a video showing you what parts to get, okay? There's no way I can actually afford all of these parts to build a computer for you guys every single time I do one of these videos. So that's that. Anyways, I've put this off, I know, for a very, very long time. I know a lot of you guys have been following my computer builds, and you guys were kind of disappointed when I took them off because, you know, they were just kind of a little outdated. So today I am going to do the more updated version for you guys, and the concept of this gaming build is pretty much to play most, if not all, of the games on the market at high to ultra settings. Now, you're not going to be able to crank the AA up to like max, but you're still going to get high to ultra, maybe 4x, 2x AA, something like that. You're going to get very playable frame rates at 1080p. So this means games like Battlefield 3, Skyrim, Crysis, Call of Duty, you know, I know Mass Effect just came out today. I'm very excited to play it. If you guys are excited to play that game, make sure to leave a comment in the description box below. Anyway, check it out. CPU, we've got the Intel Core i5-2500K. I know you guys saw this one coming because if you guys saw any of my builds before, looked around the web lately at all, you guys know that this processor is probably going to be the best in terms of price to performance out there these days. And that's why I picked it. So it'll handle all your games very well, and it'll overclock very well. It's a great processor. You guys are going to ask, why not the i7-2600K? Well, I've got a video somewhere around, floating around for you guys, and you guys can definitely check that out. It tells you the differences between the i5-2500K and the i7-2600K. So moving on, we are going to choose the motherboard, and today's motherboard is going to be the MSI Z68A GD55 G3. So I looked at a lot of motherboards like Asus, ASRock, things like that, but lately this motherboard just seems like it's very well priced. Currently on Amazon, this board has a $30 rebate, making it only $134.99. It's got MSI's military class components. It's got the Click BIOS too. It's a Gen 3 board, which means PCI Express 3.0. It's got SATA 3 6 gigabit per second ports, SLI crossfire compatibility, all that stuff. So this is definitely going to be a great board for you guys. Moving on, we're going to have 8 gigs of Corsair Vengeance 1600 megahertz DDR3 low profile 1.5 volts. And I always choose the low profile memory because it just fits under larger heat sinks. If you guys ever plan to go like some crazy cooling or something down the line, heat sinks are pretty much just a marketing ploy. You know, they don't actually really do that much. Memory doesn't really overheat anyway. So that's that. I chose 8 gigabytes because, well, that's all you pretty much need in a gaming build. You might be able to go 4, but memory is pretty cheap nowadays, so that's why we're going to go 8. Alright guys, so next up is the part you guys have all been waiting for. What is the video card? And it's going to be the MSI GTX 560 Ti 448 core Twin Frozr 3. And the reason why I chose this is because, well, it's just a great video card right now. It's at a great price. And I know the newer generation AMD stuff has come out, the 28 nanometer you know, 7900 series or HD 7900 series, HD 7800 and HD 7700. The 7700, well, it's not going to provide as much performance as this, whereas the 7900 is just going to cost a lot of money. I believe the 7950 is like $470 or something like that. If you guys can afford that, obviously for this build, you're going to want to go the HD 7950. However, if you can't afford that, I don't think the HD 7800 series are available for purchase yet. So that means that the next best thing is going to be this 560 Ti 448 core. Lately, it seems like the 6950 has been pretty rare as well, so it might be a little difficult to purchase that card. So that's why we're going to recommend this this card. You know, the 560 Ti 448 core has some, you know, it gets close to the performance of a GTX 570, and you know that means that this card is going to play, you know, most of your games at high to ultra settings. You know, it's a solid performer, and right now, you know, it's $279.99 because it's carrying a $30 rebate. So this is going to be an excellent deal as well. You know, additionally, this is also Twin Frozer 3 design, which means it's going to run cool, quiet, and it's going to be fast. So definitely, you know, that's why I'm recommending this graphics card. Moving on to the storage, we're only going to have a boot drive for this computer because, well, it's designed for gaming and you want the fastest performance possible. So that's why we're going to go with the Crucial M4 128GB SSD. And this is an SSD that we actually recently reviewed here on a custom PC review. So I'm going to have a link down in the description box if you guys are interested. Basically, it's going to be fast. It's a synchronous NAND SSD, so it's going to handle incompressible data just as fast as compressible data. It's based off the Marvell controller as well, which is why you're going to get that 128 gigabytes instead of 120 gigabytes that you see with a lot of SandForce drives. So definitely love that. Additionally, Crucial is also pretty reliable when it comes to their SSDs. You know, if you guys saw my old unboxing of the Crucial M4, you'll know that they actually own their own you know, NAND fab, so they actually produce their own chips along with Intel. So that's that. If you guys don't think that's enough space, you can always add a Seagate Barracuda 7200 RPM 1TB hard drive or something like that. Whatever you guys are interested in adding, because it's just going to be storage. So that's, you know, that's all you really need. Moving on to the next part, we are going to get just a OEM DVD drive or a OEM Blu-ray drive. You know, whatever you guys want. If you guys watch Blu-rays, get a Blu-ray. Otherwise, the DVD drive will do just fine. Or even better, you know what, don't even buy one, because personally, I don't use one. I don't know if you guys do, but I don't. So there it is. Next thing is the power supply. We're going to go with the Corsair TX650 V2. And as usual, I mean, I'm just going to recommend this power supply. It's unbeatable when it comes to price and quality. And if you guys want a little extra for that, you know, SLI setup of yours in the future, maybe step up to a Corsair AX750, AX850, something like that. And I typically just recommend Corsair these days since they're so reliable and they come with, you know, such long warranties. All right, so the computer case is going to be next, and honestly, the computer case is largely up to you. You can choose whatever you want. I don't really care. You know, if you guys got a lot of money, then buy the high-end stuff. But for the purposes of this build, we're going to go with the Cooler Master Storm Scout. I really like the look of this case. It's kind of cool. It's got, you know, those carrying handles so that you can carry the case around. You know, it was a classic when it came out, and I think it's still a classic. I really like it. It's got good airflow and all that good stuff in there. You know, if you guys got a couple more bucks or something, you might want to pick up a Stormtrooper or a half 932, or actually personally like the Graphite 600T. You know, of course, it's up to you, so you guys can choose whatever you want, but for this build, we're going to go with the Storm Scout. And next thing we're going to talk about is the CPU cooler, and we're going to go with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Plus. And I just really can't stop putting the CPU cooler in builds, honestly. I mean, it's just freaking awesome. This thing's affordable, it's a great performer, and you know, it's not like I don't want to recommend anything else, guys. It's just I can't think of anything else at this price point. So if you guys know of any good CPU coolers that are for cheap that can compare to the Hyper 212 Plus, definitely leave it in the description box below. I'd love to know about them. And finally, we're going to talk about the operating system, Windows 7 64-bit. Everybody has it. You know, every game that you're going to pretty much play on it is going to require it, so you're probably going to get it. And total price of this build on Amazon, and remember, for most people it's free shipping plus no tax, at least for me it's like that, on this build is $1,216 minus $60 rebate. Remember, you've got that $30 rebate on the GTX 560 Ti 448 core and another $30 on the motherboard. So it'll be around $1,156 or so. Obviously, if you don't need the operating system, drop that price another $100. If you don't need the DVD drive, drop it another 20 or so. So I think it's actually pretty good. You can get really close to $1,000, and this is a great build for those of you guys who only have about that much to spend. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions, you guys know that the forums exist, www.forums.custompcreview.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions. If you guys got any builds that you're interested in, definitely drop it in the forums and I'll take a look at it. So that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.